Donald. 3. Donald's spite overtook him. He reached over to his nightstand and removed the telephone from its cradle. He made a call. The matching phone, next to Doris, rang loudly. Confused, she picked it up and anticipated the worst. Bad news from a loved one. Or maybe something even worse. She was entirely oblivious to the possibility it was Donald. "Hello," she answered, warily. Now it was Donald's turn to send some pain her way. He wasn't proud of the fact he wanted to inflict emotional harm upon Doris. But he strongly believed she gave him no choice. Not anymore. She needed a taste of her own medicine. "You ratbag!" he yelled, with anger bubbling up through his voice. Doris stirred in her bed and thrashed out. This took Donald by surprise, but he wasn't interested in what she might do. All he felt now was apathy. Doris stormed over to the wardrobe and began to collect her belongings. She shoved them, one by one, into her suitcase. She didn't have much care about what to bring with her, or how long she would be gone. All she wanted was to get away from him. Donald watched her shadow move from the bed, knowing he could have let his anger go. But he was exhausted of choosing the high road. He was tired of her coldness and rejection. It was about time he made it clear. Not making any attempts to stay quiet, Doris slammed around the room, with her belongings, and eventually bolted past the beds in the room. Donald watched in silence. Deep inside, he still longed for her. Yet, even with the anger, if Doris were to show him an ounce of love, he would let it all go. But no such thing came from her. Instead, she hurried to the door, and breezed off into the cold night. She slammed the door shut behind her. So hard that it rattled the couple's wedding portrait that hung next to the door. The photo, and its frame, popped into Donald's mind. He envisioned it falling to the floor and cracking. How fitting it would be to see it all crumble to pieces. Donald was now alone in the house that was no longer a home to him. It didn't have the love or care that comes with a proper home. The house was now an empty vessel of the past. He was left to stew in his anger and sadness. Stuck wondering what his marriage could have looked like if it hadn't turned sour with discontent.